Hey, what's up? This is Ian, and in this video we're going to review a boot reviews. We're going to review a boot called the Ride Fuse. This is the package. So let's check it out. These are almost brand new. Got these late season this year. And so normally these boots come with white laces, but I didn't like the white laces and I put these in. These are actually 32 laces. So the Ride Fuse boot. Yeah, so let's so this boot, pretty good, pretty like highly reviewed by most people. I met quite a few. I rode this boot from the end of the season. Like, I probably only spent 10 hours in this boot. What I liked about this, I'll get into that in a moment. It's a pretty low profile boot, and which is something I wanted because my last boots were like kind of big and bulky. I got them here. I'm going to show you in a second. Like this area of the boot, I don't know if you can tell, but I'll compare it to my other boots. It's pretty low profile. Like, there's not a lot of mass in here. Pretty good, sturdy boot. Like, this isn't gonna get torn up, although it's gonna get scratched up pretty quickly, but just like superficial scratches. The boot is it's a little bit more square. Let's check this, do some comparison. This is a Thirtytwo Tm-3 boot. It's like one of their top of the line boots. I probably put more than 200 days in these boots over 2 seasons. And so we'll talk about size for a second. These are 8.5s and these are 8. Now let's kind of do a little quick comparison here. They're not actually lengthwise. I don't know. How do they look to you? Like, yeah, not much difference. So one thing a lot of people say, and I would agree with, is to size down a half size in these boots. And I think that's pretty common for Ride and K2 boots. They're both made by the same company. I tried on quite a few different Ride boots and K2 boots before I bought these. These ones I never tried in store. I got them online, and so like these are like, so we compare the backs of these boots. Like, look at the back of this boot, the Thirtytwo Tm-3 compared to this. Way more volume in this boot. Way more weight too. Like, I'd say this is like maybe 1.5 times the weight of this. It's a pretty bulky boot, so it had me wondering, like, how is this gonna hold up over time? Like I said, I put 200 days in this. Could I get that out of these two? Could I get 200 days out of this? They're not as like solid as these. Liner, it's got a boa, so the boa here works on the tongue, and it kind of sucks the tongue back against the liner. And one cool thing I liked about the liner is it's this kind of liner instead of like a regular tongue liner, like these are. See, these 32 boots, there's a mitten in there. It's a regular kind of thing. But if you get skinny ankles, these liners are a little bit better. But one problem I got is, like, because I got skinny lower legs, ankles, like sometimes you can run out of Velcro. These ones didn't quite run out, but my other ones did. Like the band that would go around, you'd have no Velcro to stick it to, actually. That's if you have like skinny legs. Good boot, pretty stiff. It's like an 8 out of 10 flex. I guess what I didn't like about it, so it kind of loosened up. So originally I bought the 8.5, same size as these. I had read in advance, like size down, half size, but yeah, what do you know? So you get So I got the size 8.5, and I was like, whoa, they actually looked a little bit bigger than the 32s, and they definitely felt like, okay, these are gonna loosen up, and they're gonna be too big. So I ended up looking for these, and like eventually getting these. I got these late season. Don't wait too long to get boots because it just gets really hard because you probably won't have your size. They just have like really small sizes or really big sizes. And I went to a lot of shops too, like starting probably in like March, and like, yeah, it's just, you don't want to wait that long to get boots because you won't get your size. Anyways, I guess what I didn't like about them, it just kind of seemed like I was having the same problem I had in my other ones. So my feet are kind of weird, and they started to loosen up. Like toe space, and these were good. Like these are size 8. They're small in nose. My 8.5's like, I got like weird bunions and stuff, and like calluses and ingrown toenails from these boots. I think because I wore them a lot every day for like 2 seasons, and my feet just got kind of beat up in them, and I don't want to go through that again. And these kind of they started loosening up, and so I got an insole to put in them to take up some space, and yeah, it kind of worked, but they still seemed like they were still a little bit loose. And then there's kind of like a pressure point I would get right here, the widest part of my foot, where I kind of got, I think, a little bit of bunions from, it could have been from those boots, or could have just had them in this area. So then I put the insole in, and then like, it kind of takes more space. So this area got tighter. So if I really want to keep hacking and molding, and I just kind of tired of doing that, like kind of want to like, okay, if I got to do a little bit of customization, okay, but like I just like the inside of these boots, like I did so much customization, and these are like highly customizable boots to begin with, which is cool. Like they'll come with little donuts you can put in here to tighten up this space. The arches, they've got these kind of arches, although I've gotten rid of mine, or stock ones, are adjustable. Like you put a higher or lower. There's like a boot stiffener, these stiffener rods you can stuff in the back. So lots of customizable stuff. They're pretty heavy duty, but like my feet were like just like in comparison, like toes jammed kind of into the front, but at the same time there's a lot of volume in the boot. And I kind of felt like this liner, one thing, I think the liner, like, it looks pretty good in the top, and I like this kind of construction, but the actual liner is like, it's not very heavy duty. Like, it's kind of, I think it's kind of normal, to be honest. Like for snowboard liner, like this is kind of light. I mean, in comparison to the 32 liner, I like that it's like kind of heavy duty, but these boots had a lot of rubber on them. Like, see this stuff? This isn't like a soft material like most liners are. It's kind of rubbery. So, yeah, like they say, it's not going to break down like other liners, but it's also probably add some. It's not going to mold as easy as another kind of liner, or I don't know, maybe some other things. But this is the fuse inside, very light. So that's my overall review. Anything I forgot in this review, I'm gonna do like a writing of this too, and so I tend to forget things, and I'll put it in there that I mentioned. The inside, I'll show you what the insole looks like that it comes with. So this is what it comes with. I don't know, it's decent. It's a little bit of hard material there, plastic-like and soft. Pretty decent one. Although I and I must have taken them out. So bought another pair of like Intuition liner insoles, and to try to take up some space. So I got skinny ankles and weird shoes, and I'm trying to, like, right now I got these listed on eBay, so I might just sell them. Like, I got like maybe 10 hours in them or something, kind of spread out over. I guess I'll mess with that later. But that's my review. Um, Most people said pretty good things about them that I met. One concern I have is boas. Like, I've always had lace boots, so yeah, I don't know. I always fear that they're gonna break or something. But they're very, like, it's a very thin, very thin. It's kind of hard to see right now with the light, but the wires and stuff on them. I don't know if you can see. Very thin material. I think that's normal for boas. So, yeah, it's kind of got a reflective material on the bottom, supposed to reflect heat. But I kind of wonder. I had a friend who had the Ride Insanos, another ride boot, and his feet were always cold. Like we worked in the park together, or he was a coworker actually, and like worked in the park together, and he would always say he's got to go in because his toes are cold to like warm up or whatever. So I didn't really have that problem with these. Occasionally a little bit, but usually if I walked around or something a bit, moved around and took my snowboard off, I'd be okay. So I kind of wonder if that would happen to them. Like, I don't know, it's pretty low volume boot, so I'm trying to think like, okay, what's the trade-off of having a low volume boot? Is it gonna last as long as like this? Am I gonna be able to get 200 days or 100 days on these boots? I'm not sure. So anyways, this is Ian. Thank you.